More than 200 community members worked together this past weekend to pick up trash in the tributaries connected to the San Marcos River. They carefully combed the waterway.
There are some areas that people don't think about. If they see it on their street, it blows somewhere that gets caught into a drainage ditch or stormwater drain that then goes into the river.
Not only do fish pick up the plastic, but we take in some of the pollution as well. Texas State students will study what is collected to determine where it's coming from and how it's affecting the river.
I think it's going to make our river a lot cleaner and a nicer place to hang out in, because no one wants to live in a place that's full of trash, like that's gross. Like, people want to live in a place that's beautiful and pristine.
Warmer temperatures will mean more people at the river. A cleaner river at that. For Bobcat Update, Adriana Candelaria.
The intersection of North LBJ and Sessom Drive is a busy one. The high-traffic area, both for drivers and students walking to campus, is located just north of the Texas State University campus, and is causing travelers to take detours to get to the shops nearby and to campus.
Now that they've changed the lanes, I have to cross over a couple different times, and the light up there is really difficult to get through.
Many residents living in nearby apartments are ready for the construction to be over.
I think it's making things a lot more dangerous.
Construction isn't scheduled to finish until 2015, so until then, students will have to use makeshift sidewalks like these.
While the barriers will take some getting used to, many people do understand why the construction is necessary.
This road was, kind of a mess, and now I think that once they're done, it's going to be smooth, and I drive a truck, so I'll be able to tell the difference.
North LBJ will remain a one-way street until the piping system underground is finished. For Bobcat Update, I'm Tyler Padalecki. The Order of Omega and the Texas State Dean of Students Office are working together to help raise money for St. Jude Children's Hospital.
The Greek Olympics last Sunday, we had a barbecue dinner where all the money it was a $5 plate, and all that money went straight to St. Jude's.
Part of the effort was a 1990s themed Greek Week last week, during which the university's fraternities and sororities competed in several events, including a Greek god and goddesses pageant. The pageant included a talent show.
Events during the week were also scheduled to strengthen relationships between different councils of fraternities and sororities.
We were involved in, we did like a pyramid, I guess whoever makes the best pyramid possible, tug of war, dizzy bat. It helps build Greek unity. It's also kind of cool because we can all work together and be competitive against all the sports. Even if you're not good at sports, like me, it's still kind of fun to go out.
We're really promoting Greek unity, and we're working together to, we want the Greek Week to be a catalyst for Greek unity, really, but also by giving back to our philanthropy and giving back to the community by clothing drives or any kind of other service projects that we may come up with.
For Bobcat Update, I'm Tyler Padalecki.
With graduation just around the corner, many Texas State seniors are ready to walk the stage and move on with the next chapter of their life.
The commencement ceremonies will be held in Strahan Coliseum from May 8th through the 10th, depending on which college the senior is graduating from. Shaq Ross, an exercise and sports science major, says he's excited to graduate and take this next big step in life.
I am excited. I'm excited to, start the next chapter of my life, and and I'm just excited about, what's in store for me. So I'm looking forward to it.
Some are ready to launch their careers immediately, like Jordan LaCroix, who already has work lined up after graduation.
I have an internship in San Antonio at Channel 5, and I'm going to be working in the sports department, and I'm really excited about that too.
The deadline to apply for spring graduation is Friday, March 7th. Applications can be completed on the Texas State University website.
It was actually pretty easy. You just answered a few standard questions and what classes, if any, you had remaining hours to take before your graduation, and then you just submit it and wait for a response.
Assistance is provided, if needed, along with the list of frequently asked questions about graduation. For Bobcat Update, I'm Tyler Padalecki.
That we as a people will get to the promised land.
We strike away the last major shackle.
Deep in the hill country of central Texas lies the city of San Marcos, 29 miles southwest of Austin and 47 miles northeast of San Antonio. It's a place known for its lush greenery and bubbling rivers running throughout the city. Around 1851, San Marcos became a thriving location for local agricultural products, cattle, and cotton, helping to grow San Marcos as a center for commerce and transportation after the arrival of railroads in the early 1880s. The town center, referred to locally as the Square, was laid out in 1851. The Hays County Courthouse, which sits in the center, was built in 1908. The downtown area surrounding the courthouse is home to many of the city's bars, restaurants, boutiques, and music venues, making it a top entertainment destination. Southwest Texas State Normal School was built in San Marcos in 1901. During the first 40 years of the school's history, the campus was expanded to accommodate 18 buildings around the original Old Main building. In 2003, after many name changes over the years, the campus had developed into an important regional institution and changed its final name to Texas State University. Texas State University's most notable alumnus is U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson. Johnson attended the university from 1927 until 1930, when he earned his Bachelor of Science degree. As of the 2012 elections, Johnson remains the only U.S. president who graduated from a university in the state of Texas. On January 18, 1964, Lyndon B. Johnson and Martin Luther King met in the Oval Office to discuss and work together toward a civil rights agreement. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was signed into law by LBJ on July 2nd of that same year, outlawing major forms of discrimination against racial, ethnic, national, and religious minorities and women. It ended the unequal voting qualifications and requirements, racial segregation in schools, workplaces, and public spaces. The intersection of LBJ Drive and MLK Drive in San Marcos is thought to be the only place in the nation where streets named after both men meet. After years of planning, the city of San Marcos and the San Marcos Arts Commission broke ground in January 2013 on a commemorative sculpture that will sit at the intersection. The sculpture will depict Johnson and King meeting in the Oval Office.
You go back to the Juneteenth, which is a celebration for all colors, in not only in San Marcos but the whole United States. It's a day of freedom and of barbecuing and celebrating music in the churches, making everybody feel to where that. Hey, June is a growing season for watermelons and ice cream and barbecue and family reunions that happen within that month, birthdays. It's a big historical monument to amongst all of the people in the United States. You don't look at the month of June 19th, but you look at the whole month of June. We've got friends and families that say, oh, my birthday is June 15th. My birthday is June 16th. My birthday is June 18th. My birthday's on June 19th. And that's an eye-opener to people to feel to where that, wow, that's a day of freedom, June 19th. It really puts a teardropper in a lot of people's, and they kind of come out and they celebrate, and it's great. It's great.
When we first met, as we got together as a Crossroads Memorial group, project group, committee, we did a brainstorm on what do we want out of this project, and the ideas that came about were a place that honors the community, because the The intersection is a crossroads to the Hispanic community in San Marcos, the African American community. It also leads into the downtown area, as well as an area that could be passenger rail at some point. And we wanted a design that complemented and honored all of those things. Also a place of rest and reflection. And if you've seen that intersection, that's quite a challenge to make a place look restful on the asphalt there.
I have this wonderful image of Harvey Miller's with his three children at the library, each of them on a different computer, and he's walking back and forth, and they're looking all over the country, in every state, in every city, trying to find another intersection because he wants to prove it's the only one, and they never did find another intersection like that.
One day me and my grandson was in the park together, and this man said, "Don't I know you?" I said, "Yeah, my name is Harvey Miller, a good-looking fella." My grandson said, "No, Granddad, it's Harvey Miller, ugly fella." I started slapping, but I said, maybe he thinks I'm ugly. So anyway, Harvey Miller. When they named this Martin Luther King Street and LBJ Street and they ran together, I went to the city and asked them to put a statue up there with MLK and LBJ shaking hands. And they said, "Why?" And I said, "Because during the civil rights movement, they were good friends, and here these streets running together." And that's right, and I ran into, I done a survey on that. And people were saying, "What are you talking about, Mr. Miller?" And you know, and I'd call cities and I'd get maps. And I'd look on and see if it said LBJ or MLK. And then I'd look at the map and see if they run together and all that kind of stuff, yeah. So I done a big survey on that one year.
Other cities and things have LBJ streets and MLK, but we have it that meet at the crossroads. When you go down Martin Luther King, and then you go up LBJ, and they meet. And that's where the city and the county got together, and I've got pictures where the mayor and all of them signed the deeds. They turned the deeds over to us. For that corner, you see that sign down there at LBJ and MLK, and they gave that corner to us. And so that's the reason we're gonna have the monument put there. And you know, that's gonna be special on that corner. And it really is, and we hope that they'll have enough room where they can put some benches or something out there for people to go and sit. Y'all have seen that. Where they're gonna be out there talking.
I think that it's fitting that we commemorate and we honor those people because they're great patriots. Martin Luther King movement, civil rights is not. It's not only for blacks. It's for everybody. So that we were involved with that, that motivated us to try to lift ourselves from the chains where we were held back. I think Martin Luther has a saying that an injustice in one place is an injustice everywhere. Something like that. I've forgotten the exact words, but that's that. Yes, that creates a motivation. Obviously, yes, among the minorities here.
To give a feel of the majesty of almost of the White House, for example, the columns, the sort of structure aspect of government. At the same time, he wanted to represent the people and the process. So the photo that we've been using all along and that he put into the design is one in which they're talking. They're leaning forward and they're talking to each other. And it's that communication between them that really panned out ultimately to make the legislation, which are like the pillars, take place. And it being in a semicircle where you could enter it, it is a symbol really of this is everybody's space, and we welcome everybody to come into it. And it's small, relatively small. It's not like the Washington Memorial or the Lincoln Memorial. But we're a small town, and that's a relatively small space. And it fits the space, I think, really nicely.